And hello guys, back with another walking video. Today, going strong, battling my bus. It's going good so far. I had a few urges here and there, but nothing too major. Still pretty hot, so that's why I tend to walk during the evening. So many cars parked on the side, but not really because most people have two cars parked in their driveway. But I wonder why the owners of the cars don't put it in their garage unless they have stuff that's filled in the garage, which I don't blame them. They probably don't have the amount of storage in their house to put most of those materials into. But yeah, seems kind of odd though. Like, my garage is full, so that's why um, there's stuff in the garage that doesn't have any space for those materials to fit into, since there's only like 4 rooms, so that's not enough space for all of the materials that my mom possesses. Yeah. But yeah, how you guys are doing today? My day's been good so far. I picked up on some reading, which went by pretty smoothly. I'm reading this book about the origins of Japan. I tried to grasp and understand, but I don't know, it's not really clicking for me at the moment. But I think if I reread it and then just grasp the information, then I could understand it better. But the problem is, every time that I read, I always think about something else other than the material that I'm reading. Have you guys experienced that? Yeah, it happens to me a lot sometimes, which I try to not think of it too much, but it happens. So that's why I had to end up rereading on what I read. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But I don't try to dwell on it too much because I know it won't do anything to stop it, even though I just have a different thought while I am reading something. So the thing about Texas is the dry heat. Like, it's very noticeable if you feel it. That's the thing that sucks about the weather here, is that the air that produce in the atmosphere is pretty dry. Yeah, which makes it not the best thing to go outside as much, which I don't really blame people because I don't really see that many people out. And either that, and it's mostly the, I would say, gasoline that the cars produce, which goes into the atmosphere, which makes everything super hot. That's another reason why no one's out here that much during the summer. I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, well, it's clearly pretty good looking sunset. I wish my house had a solar panel. There's one on one of the neighbor's house over here. Pretty cool. Saves energy, especially during the summer, because yeah, everything is expensive, especially with the air conditioning. So yeah, it's a really good way to save money though. But not every house has it. I think that's a extra investment for buying a house. Yeah, always good to buy solar panels. in your guys' opinion, should gatekeeping be kept to different should be kept a secret? I would say it depends. Like I know some people gatekeep music and stuff so that people can be mysterious on like an artist that they choose to listen to, but it can be pretty annoying since one person may ask, "Oh, who's this artist?" But then that other person won't tell them, which is frustrating to some people. In my opinion, gatekeeping should be necessary, but to a certain extent. Some One thing shouldn't be so accessible to the public so that it it defeats the whole purpose of that specific niche being to a small group of people. But then again, it should be kept secret since, you know, it's niche. I've never seen a bat in real life. I've seen one picture of a bat that's here in Texas. It's called the Mexican tailbat. But I never actually see a real bat. Well, mainly because they're nocturnal mammals and stuff. And yeah, they're very rare to be seen in broad daylight. Like they start, hunting for food like during the evening hours, because that's when, bats tend to come out during like the evening, and then they hunt at night where no one is outside during nighttime because it's very dark. Yeah, it would be cool to actually see an actual bat up close so that it's very delicate since no one has actually seen one up close. I'm sure a few people might have, but for me specifically, I haven't seen one in real life, so which makes them delicate. The benefits of reading is beneficial to the mind because the more words that you know, the better you understand that certain words that you may have struggled with or don't know, you begin to expand your vocabulary so that it can really help you with certain jobs that require you to be articulate in your speech. That's what I try to do. I read every day for 30 minutes to an hour a day, sometimes more just to lower my screen time because, yeah, I don't want to just be on a screen all day and have my time to relax with a good book and let my brain have really interesting stuff to do besides being on a screen. We should all strive to have that offline activity so that we're not just dumbing down our brain with brain rot and unnecessary stuff that hinders our intellectual development as we grow older, because yeah, that cognitive decline is very real. So which I try not to go through that. So yeah, reading is the most important thing us humans can do because yeah, we really need it. And other people have talked about the illiterate crisis globally and especially in the United States, which is very concerning. I hope we all learn our lesson and start reading more. I feel like the key ways to looking younger or feeling younger is to have like a more joyful spirit. All of us go through hardship sometimes, but if we stick to being positive and having a joyful spirit, that makes a person looks and feels younger. And I want to have that spirit too. I don't want to be, sad and angry at the world. And I try to be optimistic too. See the positives in life, even though there's a lot of despicable people out there. But it's always good to remain calm and have a joyful and very happy life. Loads of cars here. And this person might have some company over, probably just family members. I wouldn't blame them though. One thing I don't understand about people just buying big dogs is that they get dominated by them. As soon as a random stranger just comes into that big dog's peripheral vision, they start dodging. They start coming towards it, and it's kind of funny because like the owner, they try so hard to not let their dog just run wild, but they end up just falling to their bidding and then just getting dragged by their own pet, which is so funny.
Wake up, filthy.